a lot of Indigenous peoples with colonisation. You know, it was like you take away their language, you take away their art form.
In a way, you motivate people to stick with their culture stronger.
Yeah.
It's the same what's happening with the Palestinians. Like whatever we have left, we hold on to. So
you don't want it to be dead forever. I mean, that's why I felt
Especially
sad.
when you feel like someone is trying so hard to delete your existence and erase your culture.
Some people try to say, why should we care about Palestinians? We should focus on our own backyard. Besides human decency and the strength of solidarity, Palestinians have helped us Māori in more ways than most realize. We likely wouldn't have had the Springbok tour protest if it weren't for Palestinians. Donna Awatere-Huata points out that it was a woman who was a member of the Palestinian Liberation Front who helped inspire the Springbok tour protest when she and Rebecca Evans met them in Cuba.
So by the time I went to Cuba in 1979, and again, events there changed my life because being with the last surviving members of a Palestinian commando group, I mean, the most amazing woman. She was just an ordinary mother who took on this job. Rebecca Evans, Josie Killen and I went over, and she changed our lives because we saw that what we were doing back here in New Zealand was really kid stuff. You know, we were marching and demonstrating and writing submissions, but we didn't put ourselves too much at risks. And knowing that the Springbok tour was coming and thinking to ourselves, we've got to do something.
Donna Awatere-Huata would also draw inspiration from a Palestinian Liberation Front pamphlet for her book Māori Sovereignty. In 1986, the New Zealand government hired a Zionist as race relations conciliator. The race relations conciliator was Wally Hirsch. Wally Hirsch was a member of the Zionist Federation of New Zealand. This drew criticism from both Palestinians and Māori, as he was appointed to race relations conciliator without proper consultation with Māori. Uru Pataka Dewis argued that appointing Wally Hirsch as race relations conciliator was a smack in the teeth for Māori, and Hirsch being a part of the Zionist Federation of New Zealand was negative for Palestinians too. So Māori and Palestinians joined to criticize Hirsch being appointed as race relations conciliator. Māori aren't safe from oppression and harassment from Israel. Take the Mokokowai, the Bedouin women, some of whom reside in Palestine, have facial markings similar to it.
And she came out and, oh my goodness. Since I've had my own Mokokowai done, I've always had a fascination to meet other people, and the Bedouin women have always been high on my list, and to actually have that happen today, that was really amazing.
This similarity had Māori artist Paitangi watched by the IDF when she visited Palestine.
I saw him filming me, one of the guards. Yeah. So I went, yes, not me.
The harassment and suppression doesn't end there. The IDF had held Māori television crew members hostage in 2015 after they were travelling on a freedom flotilla delivering food, medical and solar supplies to Gaza.
Native Affairs reporter Rawani Pereira and cameraman Jacob Bryant are 2 of 20 people who have been detained by Israeli authorities, now en route to Israeli port of Ashdod. Our Native Affairs team were observers on board the Marianne, a Swedish fishing vessel en route to Gaza as part of the Freedom Flotilla 3. The aim of the flotilla was to break the Israeli blockade on Palestine. The boat, carrying solar panels and medical supplies, also had on board activists, international politicians, including the former Prime Minister of Tunisia and members of the international media. 3 Israeli Navy vessels began tailing the Marianne while still in international waters close to Egypt. Communications with the vessel ceased earlier today, and we've been unable to reach Rawani since the vessel was intercepted.
This wasn't the only time the IDF would do this either. A year later, in 2016, they would hold Greens MP Madama Davidson after she arrived on another Freedom Flotilla to Gaza.
My name is Madama Davidson. I am a Member of Parliament from New Zealand. If you are watching this now, it is because the Israeli oppression forces have taken us. We are peaceful women who stood by principles of peace, and the Israeli oppression forces had no reason to kidnap us, to take us hostage. They could have just let us through to Gaza. They had no reason to do that. Obviously, they have chosen to oppress us women, and I have now been taken. We need the world to pressure the Israeli government for our immediate and safe release.
Our struggle is shared, and the recurring theme with colonizers is they never stop at just one country. Britain colonized Ireland, and then other countries, and then eventually our country. How long before Israel does the same? We can't just focus on our own backyard, because every time you give a colonizer an inch, they'll take a country. It is important for us to stand in solidarity with the Palestinians. We indigenous people all share a struggle against colonization. To end, here's a part of the song Same Sky, a Māori and Arabic song, written and filmed in Palestine in 2016.
زرع السما لونها فوق لونها أزرق فوق كمان ولون البحر واحد والليل ألوان الأرض وحدة لو تغير الزمان ولو تغير الزمان Korang inui itu wakene ko papa eta kotong ko tātou tira tangata kei runga I te whenua korang inui e tuake nei ko papa e ta kotong nei ko tātou tira tangata kei runga I te whenua نفس واحد والنبض واحد ألوان الأرض وحدة والغيم النفس واحد والحلم واحد والأمل واحد وألوان الأرض والغيم النفس واحد والحلم واحد والأمل واحد ولون الغيم ألوان الأرض وحدة لو تغير الزمان